Okay, Assalamualaikum to all my students, MEC101. So in this video, I will teach you about the computer solutions, our subchapter for the chapter 3. And also in this video, I will combine with the practical tutorial how to use the Microsoft Excel in solving your normal or common problems in engineering. Okay, so now I start with the lecture of the computer solution first. Okay, as an engineer, we are going to use a lot of the computer. Computer will help us to solve our problems or our calculations, because in engineering there are a lot of complicated and high complexity of the problems. Okay, if we have a simple problem, just plus minus, square root, power of 3, power of 4, power of 5, or anything that can be solved using a calculator is okay. We just use the calculator. But in the real life, we are going to use the computer, because maybe you will face a problem with a lot of data, or something that complicated calculation that only can be solved by the computer. Yes, theoretically we as a human also can calculate as what computer do, but it will takes a lot of time, so it will waste your time. So let the computer do their works and we do our works, so computer will help us in solving the solutions. Okay, so in our syllabus, you will be exposed with these types of computer software. Okay, it can be categorized by the spreadsheet, and also math calculation package, programming language, flowcharting, and also computer aided design, CAD. Okay, maybe there are a lot of other type of software that you are going to use, but this is the normal and common software that engineers will use. Okay, first we go to the spreadsheet. Okay, spreadsheets, if I tell you Excel, so you know what is the spreadsheet, right? Okay, because the spreadsheet is a general term. We have Excel, Lotus 123, and Quattro Pro. Okay, Lotus 123, if you in the school around 90s, so maybe you will familiar with the Lotus software. But now Lotus becomes very unpopular. A lot of people just use the Excel for the spreadsheet works. Okay, spreadsheets will handle a large quantities of data, and in allowing repetitive calculation to be done in relative ease. Okay, I will show you later in our practical tutorial how to use the Excel. Okay, it also allows to store original data, computed results, and charts in electronic form that can be easily changed at a later date if new or corrected data becomes available. Okay, so one of the main important thing in Excel also, you can create a chart using the data that you put in the Excel or any other spreadsheet software. Okay, so these are very important in our engineering world. Okay, so we go to the math calculation package. Maybe this one you are not very familiar. Maple, Mathscat, Mathematica, Matlab. I know maybe some of you are advanced in IT, high up proficiency in computer, but not many have used this software because all of these uh, uh, are expensive. Okay, you have to subscribe or you have to buy the license. Okay, in UiTM, we normally will use the Matlab. I think UiTM subscribe the license for the Matlab and maybe the Mathcat, but most of the engineering faculties in UiTM will use the Matlab. Okay, Matlab. Just remember this. You will heard the Matlab terms for your entire course. Okay, so let's again try to remember Matlab. Okay, ability to perform complex mathematical computation, algebra, calculus, differential equation. Okay, so what you have learned in the calculus course or maybe in your SPM advanced mathematics, right? Additional mathematics, mathematics tambah. All of those problems can be solved by the Matlab, and sometimes that the calculation have to be repetitive ways in order to solve the calculations, and it also can be done in the Matlab. If you do it manually by your hand, and it will take a lot of time. So Matlab will do a lot of mathematical calculations for you. Okay, in the real world or in any complex, complicated problems. Okay, Matlab, I think in your diploma, maybe you can learn something about it in the control course, subject control. Saya rasa lah. Tapi for the most of the time, the software that we are going to use, you have to try to explore to use that software by your own self. Okay, sebab tutorial untuk guna software ni dah banyak dalam YouTube dan macam-macam dalam internet. So you can explore it by your own self, and maybe you can try the student edition or trial editions, and daripada situ awak boleh cubalah. Okay, nanti awak akan terpegun lah kelebihan-kelebihan dia. Okay, and then programming language. Okay, we as an engineer also have to know a few of the programming language. It is not exclusive for the programmers, but for the engineers, we also have to know how to program a simple program using your own choice of the language. Okay, this is just the example. There are a lot of many other programming language out there, and if you ever this is a Fortran, a very old language, useful in what we call arithmetic and mathematical calculations. And C++ is a very high-end software language that C++ also is used in developing the computer games and other high-end applications. Okay, Visual Basic is developed by the Microsoft for the developers to create their software in Windows environment. And also Matlab also can be considered as a programming language, but Matlab still is not the basic high-end language, right? Like the Fortran, C++, Visual Basic, Java, C, Python right now, Python, and so on. But Matlab also you can programming in their own Matlab environment. Okay, The programming language is used to prepare solutions to certain problems. It is effective to program a solution if the solution is a unique application or if the solution is to be used repetitively without need for change the programming code. Okay. Let's say if you are going to solve engineering problems, if you just give the jobs to the computer programmer, but still they have to know the basics of engineering knowledge. So that's why we as an engineer also have to know a basic in the programming language. Okay. And then we go to the flowcharting. Okay, flowchart is the logic diagram to describe each step that the program must perform to arrive at the solutions. Okay, the term of flowchart may be an alien to you, but don't worry, I show you the example here. Okay, this is the flowchart diagram. So you are going to use this shape of diagram for a certain process in your problem solution step. Okay, the shape of the diagram itself mean a certain meaning or certain function. Let's say, okay, this oval shape right here means that it is the start or stop. Okay, start or end process. That's why it start with this shape, and finally it also will be this shape. Okay, and this shape means that for the input, you have to put the input, and the rectangular shape here means that there is the calculation or solving process. So for the input, you will be use this shape, and for the calculation or the solving process, you will use this rectangular shape. Okay. And then if you have a decision, yes or no, so you will have a loop arrow here. If let's say if it is no, so you can return back, or you call return loop, to the input process into the decision process here. Okay, selection structure here. Okay, so the flowchart diagram you can find in the Google if you don't remember the meaning of the shape. It's just simple. When you are going to use, when the times come that you have to draw a flowchart here, so you just Google it and find the definition or function of every type of the shape here. Okay, and finally, for our computer solution today, there will be the CAD. So in mechanical engineering, CAD is one of our main weapon, because in mechanical engineering we also design a product. Okay, so in designing, either in 2D or 3D modeling, we are going to use the CAD. Before the computer comes into our world, the past generation of engineers will draw using by hand, and that's what you have learned in MEC101, I think, technical drawing kan, engineering drawing and technical drawing. So for the basic, awak kena belajar, you have to learn lukis sendiri jugalah, pakai pensel, pakai kertas, pakai pembaris, pakai scale and so on lah kan. Tapi itu basic awak kena tahulah. Okay, but finally in our current generation of engineering world, we are going to use the CAD. Obviously we are going to use the CAD, computer aided designs. Okay, for EM110 diploma in mechanical engineering of UiTM, the software of CAD that we're going to use is the SolidWorks. Okay, SolidWorks is very popular in the industry out there. Okay, But for the advanced design, they will use the Katia. This software Katia is the same company of the SolidWorks, DSS, a French company, DSS, French company, franchise. Okay, AutoCAD is under the company of Autodesk. Okay, AutoCAD is more on the 2D. Okay, this is widely used in the constructions, architectural industries, and so on. But Autodesk also have their own 3D software. Autodesk have their own 3D software, what we call Inventor. Okay, so AutoCAD can be used simultaneously or concurrently with the uh, Inventor. But AutoCAD also have the basic 3D modeling in their own software. So either you have to draw the 2D or 3D. That's what we call the CAD, computer aided designs. Okay. Um, if you are very interested in the CAD or 3D modeling by general, you can try okay, you can try download this one if you never heard about this, Blender. Okay, this is the free software that you can modeling a 3D and also can render into the movie. Okay, there are very lot of freelance out there and also an enthusiast that like to model a 3D and then they post to the internet. Also can they use that 3D modeling into a short film that can be posted into YouTube and so on. Okay, you can try using this Blender if you have interesting in the CAD. Okay, but for the engineering purpose, Blender cannot be used because for the engineering purpose, we have to use this software. Okay, because SolidWorks, AutoCAD, CATIA, and so on, they have a lot of database and information about the engineering properties in them. Okay, so I think okay, this is an example. Okay, I forgot to tell you about the computer aided also can be used with the CAE. We will call CAE, computer aided engineering. Okay, and from the computer aided engineering, in the computer engineering aided engineering CAE also they have the simulations like this. By using the a lot of database in their software and the calculation that can be calculated built in the software, so they can simulate what is the where is the critical part here, what happened when we put the force here, and what will happen if the temperature increase, and so on. That's what we call the simulations. The result of simulations normally in our past generations comes from the experimental values, but for today we have the simulation in the software that can help researcher or designers to predict or to estimate initial estimation or initial prediction of the product before they test real in the lab, in the laboratory experiments. So this one is the simulations here. Okay, this is the 3D drawing, and this is what we call the exploded view, and this is the assembly view using the CATIA. This one is from CATIA. I think this one is from the SolidWorks. Okay, never mind. So that's all for the computer solutions. Okay, so I hope you have to prepare yourself to use this software when the times come that you need this software. Okay, so that's all for our lecture today. I will continue with the Excel computer solution using the Excel. Okay, when you open this Excel, so this is the edition of 2020, I think, the latest one of the Excel. Okay, I get this license from the UiTM. The UiTM subscribe for their staff and also for their students. So make sure you have the access to all the Microsoft Office software, all of this. Okay, how do you get this software? I think Dr. Sufyan have explained for you in the taklimat sebelum ni, in the Facebook Live tu. Okay, so make sure you have access to the Microsoft Office software because we are going to use the Microsoft Office. Okay, so I assume all of you have the Microsoft Office in the computer. So open your Excel software here, and they have a lot of templates. I will not use their templates. I will use the blank workbook here. Just click the blank workbook. Okay, so this is layout or graphic user interface, GUI, for the spreadsheets. Okay, this is one for the Excel. So you will have the column here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. You will can okay, quite looks like infinity, right? But no, there will be a limited numbers. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so this is the row. It will be presented by the numbers: row 1, row 2, row 3, and this one column A, column B, column C, column D, column E, F, and so on. Okay, so I think I will start with simple problems. Let's say this problem. Find the circumference and area of each thin circular disc based on the radius given below using Microsoft Excel. So this is the value for the radius and the number of discs. What you have to find is the circumference in the meter and also the area of the disc. But there are 20 type of discs. If you try to calculate by your own using the calculator, so you have to calculate 20 times. Okay, let's say there is 20, still manageable to calculate manually, but still takes a lot of your time. Okay, that's when we are going to use the spreadsheet. Okay, so I can copy paste here their columns, Ctrl C, or just right click and copy, go to the Excel, and I just paste destination formatting. Or if you want to keep the source formatting from the Excel as from the Word as in the Word format, you can paste it as the keep formatting here. Okay. Okay, so you can change the width of the column itself just by dragging the column like this. And what we have to calculate is the circumference and the area. So as an engineer, we have to know the equation here. What is the equation to calculate the circumference? So if you don't remember in your additional mathematics, you can Google it, right? Okay, but if you are good students, you still must remember the equation. Circumference C equal to 2 times pi. I put the symbol here, 2 pi R, right? Okay, pi 22/7. R is the radius here. Okay, and the area, the equation of the area is pi times r squared. Is it correct? Okay, 2 pi r squared. R2 means square, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we put the equations for the circumference in the columns that you want the Excel to calculate. Okay, so for this one, click on the column itself, the box itself, and click here at the status bar up there, and you types equal first, because when you types equal, the Excel will know that this is the equation. Okay, so you type the equal and you see your calculations here. You put your equations. 2 times pi. Okay, do you have the value of pi? Yes, 22/7, right? Okay, I just want to make sure I put it in the bracket, parentheses. Okay, pi, and also it also have to multiply with the radius. Okay, times with which one is your radius? Okay, this one. So you just click on this and it will automatically appear here the address of that column. Means that here is the H, row is 8. So column H, row 8. Okay, so it's correct, right? This one, this value. Okay, so if you don't want to click using the your mouse, you also can just type H8. Okay, and if you finish, just click enter. So you will have your value. Okay, what about how the other calculations for the other days? Okay, you can manually, you can Control C your equations. Okay, escape to escape the bar here, and then you click again here and you Control V, but it will appoint the H8 to this radius. No, you don't want that radius value, you want this value now, right? So you can change your column of the radius to your current radius. This one now is H9, so change to H9. Okay, so it takes a lot of time if you want to copy one by one for the circular disc. Now, okay, I will give you a trick. We just can track this by, okay, you point your mouse pointer at the rectangular, small rectangular here, okay, until it change the pointer like this, and then you click and then you drag until the value that you want to calculate. So I drag until now. If I drag more than that, okay, I try, so it will become 0 because there is no value here. Okay, why? The equation is still there, but when it multiply with H28, H28 is no value, so the Excel will assume it is 0. So you multiply with 0, you will get the value of 0. Okay, easy, right? And then you can use the same method for the other calculations. Okay, so I will go faster for the area. Area here equal to pi 22/7 times with the radius here, but radius is the power of 2. The symbol of the power, you have to use this value, this symbol. This is symbol for the power, kuasa 2 ke kuasa 3. Okay, so put that, then click enter. Okay, so you drag and that's it. That's the value that you want. Okay, very easy and very efficient. Okay, you save a lot of times. If you do it manually, maybe it takes 1 to 2 hours to calculate one by one, or maybe 1 hours. But if you using this Excel, that just takes maybe around 2 minutes or 1 minute. Okay, so that is the power of the computer. The computer helps you a lot in the engineering problems. Okay, so before that, you see here we have a lot of decimal points. Okay, you can change the format of decimal points to the numbers of decimal points that you want. Okay, what I am going to do is just the right click here and then go to the format cell. Okay, you see here the numbers. So the category of these columns will be the general. So it just give the decimal points that the computer decide, not you decide. What you want to decide is you go to the numbers here, click on the numbers. You will see the options here, the numbers of decimal places. So you can change your decimal places. Let's say I just want 1 decimal places. Okay, so it will round off your numbers or your values automatically based on your setting. Okay, so I right click again. Maybe if you want to be in the scientific, E here means that exponential 10. Okay, kuasa 10 kuasa berapa. So let's say sekarang saya letak 2 decimal places, so akan jadi macam ni lah. Okay, 4.15 exponential 10 to the power of 0, so maksudnya 4.1 jugalah kan. Ni maksudnya jadi 11, ni jadi 12.4, ni 16.5. Okay, ni depends. Okay, kalau kita tukar format cell kepada time, apa jadi? Jadi masa pula. Okay, so sepatutnya kita set dekat numbers. Okay, kalau currency dia dah set 2 decimal places, so awak boleh tak simbol RM. Contoh untuk dah ada RM, so akan jadi nilai RM. Okay, but for our calculations, it should be the numbers, and the decimal places that I want is the 3 decimal points. So yeah, and then from this value, if you want to create a chart, okay, go to the insert and you find here recommended charts or any charts that you want. Let's say I want scatter here. I want this type of chart. Okay, so it comes with a blank chart because it doesn't have any data or value that have to be plotted. So you have to give the value to these charts. First, just click select data. Okay, so it has the horizontal and chart data range. Okay, chart data range here means that the value for the y-axis, and this is the category axis level here. For the category, every line in the graph, and the legend entry series is this one is for the x-axis. Okay, I try first. Okay, just click here. Choose your value. Let's say circumference here. Okay, and then click. Okay, it will have the line here, but for the series here, I don't want to give the value 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I want it to plot based regarding to the radius here. So radius here will be my x-axis. So you edit. Just put your let's say I put this one is radius. Okay, radius name. name is radius. Series adds value. Okay, this one just click this arrow again and choose your x-axis and click. So okay, then okay. So it will be plotted the value of circumference here based on the radius value as the x-axis. Okay, so if you want to add other features in the chart, so just check the box here by clicking the plus here, plus button. Okay, so we want to have the axis title. Okay, radius, axis title. Okay, data label, if you want to put the specific values for every point that the chart plots on the graph. So this one is 4.149, right? Okay. Legend, if you want, okay, this one is the radius. Trend line, okay, maybe you, so okay, so just enlarge it. So now we can change the title of the graph by clicking on this text. Okay, I put the graph's name as C versus R. Okay, so here you can name your y-axis as the circumference in meter, let's say. Okay, so y-axis is the radius, also in meter. Okay, easy, right? So now if you want to plot another graph for the area, you can repeat my approach, just what I did to the C versus R here. And also you can just copy paste Ctrl C and Ctrl V, so you will have another duplicate of charts here. But to save your time, you just change the data selections. So let's say here I edit series name, I edit area, and x-axis. Okay, x-axis is still the same, the radius number, but I changed the y-axis, y value now, okay, equal to the area is here. Okay, then click. So change your value here, A versus R. Here also you have to change the y-axis name. Okay. Okay. Now we have a separate graph for the circumference and area. What if you want to combine the circumference and area to the same graph? Okay. So for the graph, I just right click and then click on the select data, and you add another things here. Okay, I put here the name of area. Okay, add series, still the same value, radius, and y value is the area, y-axis. Okay, oh, this one I have to change its name. This one is the circumference. So that's it. You have two lines of graph on the same graph. So change names here, C and also A versus R. So you have area versus radius, represented by the orange line. For the circumference, the value is represented by the blue line here. What if you want to change the color for this line? Just click on the line and it will appear the brush button here, so you can click on that. You can change the colors. So let's say you want other colors, or you want to change this specific line to your own color. So you right click and you will get this fill. Okay, so let's say you want this and then its line will be red. Okay, that's your own choice. And sometimes if you have to print your graph in black and white, so if you differ the line based on the colors, it's not quite good when you print your graph. So you can change type of the line here, outline here, by using any types of lines that provided in the Excel. So let's say I use long dash dot dot here. Okay, this one is dot 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 here. So if we print this graph in white and black, so it will be no problems to read the graph, because you know the dot dot dash will be the area and the dash 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 will be the circumference. So I think this basic tutorial how to use the Excel to calculate your mathematical problems is enough for you before you have to do your practical test next week. Okay, for your information, next Monday, I think this next Monday 23rd of November, we are going to have the practical test individually. Every one of you have to use write a report. In the reports, you have to calculate some data using the Microsoft Excel, and also have to create a graph using the Microsoft Excel and put the graph and the data into the lab report in the Microsoft Words. And finally, you will finish the practical test and you have to share it in the Google Drive and post the link in the Google Classroom. I think the times allocated for you to finish the practical test next week is 2 hours. So you have to study. So you have to study, you have to try by your own using the Microsoft Excel and the Microsoft Word. Okay, I think that's all for this video. I have covered about the computer solutions and also the practical tutorial how to use the Microsoft Excel here. If you want to know a lot more on the Microsoft Excel, you can study or learn it in the YouTube. There are a lot of tutorial videos out there in the YouTube or many others video platform. Okay, until to the next class. Okay, before I forget, this is our last video for the chapter 3. So in the chapter 4, we'll start this Wednesday. Our lecture class will be this Wednesday, 17 November. Okay, the chapter 4 will be taught by Encik Alim. So I will not teach you for the chapter 4. After chapter 4, chapter 5, I again will comes to teach you, but still in the videos like this. Okay, so until the next video, Good luck, take care yourself. Kita jaga kita, study baik-baik. Okay, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.